Hi there. Today we read chapter 10 of Enid Blyton's The Land of Far Beyond. In the last chapter, the group of 7, 5 children and 2 grown-ups, managed to get away from Giant Cruelty's castle with the help of Pity and Mercy. So, what's next? But before we continue, if you have not watched the previous chapters, please do so before continuing. Welcome to my space of make-believe. With just words, we shall weave places and people, adventures surreal. I am Tell a Story, and this is an invitation to come with me. Chapter 10. Capture of Fright. Merriment, gaiety, and laughter are good companions. The fortunate riders, envy, jealousy, and spite join the company. But no one could sleep. Small noises kept them awake. Anna was sure she heard rustlings and whisperings near her. Dick was certain the giant's servants were looking for them to capture them. Peter kept glancing all round in the darkness, afraid for his sisters. There came a noise so near Mr. Scornful that he jumped almost out of his skin. He made a grab at whatever it was so near him and caught hold of someone small who squealed, wriggled, and kicked. "Ah, got you," said Mr. Scornful. "What do you mean by creeping around like us like this, trying to scare us? Who are you?" "I'm only the giant's little page boy, Fright," said the little fella, trying to wriggle out of Mr. Scornful's grasp. "Let me go." "Oh, so you are that nasty little creature, Fright, are you?" cried Mr. Scornful, and he shook the boy well. "Now just listen to me, Fright. I shall tie you hand and foot with my rope until the morning, and then you can go back to your horrible master. Huh, now we've caught you, we can laugh at you, coming round us at night to scare us like this. Wait till the morning, and how we shall smile at ourselves to think that a stupid little fellow like you could keep us awake all night." Once Fright was tied up, the little company felt happier. They settled down to sleep and did not awake until the first birds began to sing. Then Peter sat up and rubbed his eyes. He yawned and remembered the adventures of the night before. He thought of Fright and looked around for him. And as soon as he saw Fright in the broad daylight, a curious thing happened to the page boy. He melted away like sugar and disappeared. It was the most extraordinary thing in the world. Peter stared and stared. Then he awoke Mr. Scornful. "I say," said Peter, "Fright's gone. As soon as I saw him in the daylight, he just melted away. There are only your ropes left. Where's he gone?" "He's gone like bad dreams and night worries go, I suppose," said Mr. Scornful in surprise. "It's a mistake to let Fright worry you at night. I've heard it said that he finds it difficult to face the daylight. All the same, we'd better get back to the path quickly before the giant hears that we are gone and sends rage, temper, and wrath after us. Hurry up, everyone." It was not very difficult to find the right path, because the travelers heard voices that guided them. They came to the path and saw going along it 3 bright-faced people, dressed in gay tunics and hose. They danced along singing, and one of them played a fiddle. "I wish we could dance along as lightly as that," said Mr. Scornful, "but our burdens are so heavy that we can hardly even run. And I wonder who these people are. They have no burdens on their backs." The 3 merry people saw the travelers and hailed them. "Who are you?" they cried. "I am Mr. Scornful," answered Scornful, and told the 3 names of Dick and the children. "Who are you?" "I am Merriment, and this is Gaiety, and he is Laughter," said Merriment. "We are very good company. Would you like to go with us? We are keeping to this narrow path." "Oh, yes, do let us go with you," begged Anna, going up to Merriment, whose dancing eyes made her feel happy. "We had a terrible day yesterday, a sad, unhappy day. I feel as if I would like to listen to singing and playing now, and see you dance along." So it was a very happy company that went along the narrow path that morning. Lily managed to dance a little, even though her load was heavy. Peter and the others sang in tune to the merry lilt of the fiddle, and the whole company laughed at the jokes of Merriment. "We went to the castle of giant cruelty yesterday," said Anna to Merriment. "Have you ever been there?" "Never," said Merriment, his blue eyes clouding over. "Gaiety has never been there either, nor has Laughter. We could not possibly get inside, however much we tried." "I do hope you keep with us all the way," said John, who loved the gay voice of Laughter and his crinkly eyes. "I hope so too," said Laughter, and he tickled John a little and made him laugh. The whole company forgot their heavy burdens that morning, and their feet almost danced along the way. It was marvelous to find such merry friends. As they went along, they heard the sound of horses galloping behind them. They turned in surprise and saw a rich company coming along. There were 6 people traveling on horseback, all richly dressed except for one, who was their servant. The horseman galloped up to the travellers and called to them, "Can you tell us how far we are from the Palace of Pleasure?" The children stared at the horseman. They had no idea at all where the palace was, for they had never even heard of it. Mr. Scornful did not know either, and neither did Dick Cowardly, but Merriment, Gaiety, and Laughter answered at once, "Straight ahead, and the first turning to the right." 2 of the riders were children, a boy and a girl, dressed in brightly colored clothes. They were beautiful children with laughing eyes. Peter and Anna looked at them enviously. "How fine it must be to ride along this path instead of traveling along with heavy burdens on our backs," said Peter to Anna. Mr. Scornful gazed at the riders too. Not so long ago, he too had had horses of his own and rich clothes. He had ridden whilst others walked. He remembered the old days and longed to wear fine clothes and ride along laughing too. Their 3 merry companions fell silent. Merriment's face grew solemn. Gaiety put away his fiddle. Laughter looked sad. The travellers talked for a long time about the gay riders, and then they suddenly saw that 3 more people had joined their company. They had come up so silently that no one had heard them. They were not nice-looking companions. One was tall, thin and sour-looking. The second was small, bent and sullen. The third was a woman with a sharp face, greenish eyes, and a screwed-up mouth. "Hello," said Peter in surprise. "Who are you? I didn't hear you overtaking us." "I am Envy, and this is my brother Jealousy," said the tall, thin man. "That is our companion, Sally Spite. We usually travel together." "Are you going to the land of far beyond?" asked Anna, surprised. "No, we are not really going anywhere," said Envy. "We just travel along with anyone who will have us for company." No one liked the 3 new travellers. As they journeyed along, Envy, Jealousy, and Spite said hurtful things about the others, and soon everyone was feeling bad-tempered and impatient. "Let's ask Gaiety for a tune on his fiddle," said Peter at last. "I feel all horrid inside somehow. I want to laugh for a change." But the 3 merry companions were gone. How queer! No one had seen them go. They had slipped away just as silently as the 3 new companions had come up. Everyone stared around in astonishment, wondering where in the world Merriment, Gaiety, and Laughter had disappeared to. "I didn't see them go," said Peter, disappointed not to see Merriment's bright, laughing eyes. "They went down the turning that led to the place of pleasure," said Envy. "I saw them go." "We must have missed them turning," said Anna in surprise. "Anyway, if it led away from the narrow path, we couldn't have gone down it. But I do wish Merriment and the others had kept on the way with us. They might at least have said goodbye." "They will never walk with us," said Jealousy. "As soon as we appear, they always turn off and go away." "They never agree with us," said Sally Spite, her green eyes gleaming like a cat's. "Never mind, we will go with you." "Oh, I don't know that we want you," said Peter, who didn't at all like Sally Spite's sharp tongue. "You'd better travel on by yourselves." "Well," said Envy in a disagreeable tone, Well, what bad manners you have! If you don't want our company, we will certainly leave you." And with that, Envy, Jealousy, and Spite walked rapidly on in front and joined some other travelers who were walking some way ahead. They disappeared down a path not far off, and Peter and the others wondered where they all went to. They asked a man who was trimming the hedge, and he answered at once, "Oh, that path leads to the house of discontent. That's where Envy, Jealousy, and Sally Spite live, you know. They take travelers there, if they can. It's a good thing you got rid of them when you did, or you might have had to stay in their house for a while. And it's not a pleasant place, I can tell you." "We had a narrow escape," said Peter. "Are we far from the house of peace?" "Not a great way," said the man. "Just keep straight on, and you'll come to it." The end of chapter 10. Ay, 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 what a narrow escape. Hopefully they get to the house of peace without more unwanted company joining the travelers. Hey, if you would like to read this book, search it up online as it is in the public domain, and it is a great time to pick up your book, especially as we need to self-quarantine ourselves, or for those who have been given the order to read. And you can find plenty of books online that is already in the public domain. Otherwise, please join me in the next chapter. I would love to have you for company. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.